All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rachakodash. Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father, whom this world ignorantly calls God, the Holy One of Israel, in the name of his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, whom this world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and mercy to the hopeful elect, those men that are doing this work in sincerity and in truth across the four corners of the earth, presenting their bodies as a living sacrifice. And much love to the innumerable multitude of you believers out there, you Israelites, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and you Israelite foreigners. To you all I say shalom and greetings. And Lord willing, this lesson is edifying through the Spirit. All right, man, Jake got to remember to be pressing that record button, man, you know. And I'm sure other brothers go through this as well. If y'all only knew how many videos that when I don't press the speaker button on my phone to record my voice, you'll just do blank videos and it'll just be no audio on it. And if I'm telling you, brothers, that's that hurt. But at the end of the day, sometimes I realize it happened in the spirit. You know, one lesson that I wanted to do another one yesterday, and it just didn't record. And I was kind of hurt by it. But, you know, through the spirit, I was like, you know, maybe the Lord didn't want it to go out there like that. So, you know, it's all good. But nonetheless, this lesson, I'm doing this because currently, as I'm speaking, there's a mass gunman out in Maine right now. OK, and he's out there right now. They're at 22 unalives and 50 to 60 injured people. Right. And he's still at large right now, you know. And so I just wanted to do a lesson on expecting more American tragedies and psyops, man, you know, because, you know, and let me get that word, too. And a brother just mentioned this. This word, too. So it's the spirit. But, you know, I wanted to get the definition of that. Right. Psyops, it says psychological operations. Soldiers benefit the Army's missions by using unconventional techniques. Their intelligence, interpersonal skills, cultural sensitivity, and foreign language proficiency help sway opinions and actions of foreign governments, groups, and individuals. All right. It says, what is an example of a psyop? A propaganda, or sort of communication or advertising aimed at influencing a target group's way of thinking or decision making. Right. So that's what they're doing. Right. They'll be behind it, but they'll make you think something of it, like, you know, or another country will be using something to influence. So I don't know if Babylon is behind it or a foreign entity, but nonetheless, you know, that dude's, you know, like the brother said, that dude is out there getting a Call of Duty kill streak right now, you know. But I wanted to get out some scriptures because the times that we're living in, being at war right now, these countries that are at war, you're going to see more of these happen more frequently, you know, because a lot of these might turn to invasions where it seems like he's somebody who's out. And this time, this guy is American, you know, we'll see. But there's going to be little situations where people are just going to be putting in work, you know, and doing these kind of things on behalf of other countries. There's going to be weakened zones. There's going to be more than one man. You're going to see more and more of these because what's left in America, man? Nothing but mayhem and destruction and terrible times to come, man. All right. But this is Ezekiel 38:10. It says, thus saith the Lord power. It shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought. Right. And that the main thought is going to be Russia, right, shooting off thermonuclear missiles along with these other countries to destroy America off the face of the earth. That's the main evil thought, right? But he has some other smaller ones, right? It says, and thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of all underwalled villages. I will go up to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls and having neither bars nor gates, right? And that's America, the land of unwalled villages, right? There's no wall here. There's no safety here, right? They got, you know, the little Coast Guard that's weak, you know, border protection, but in so many ways around that, right? America is unsafe, right? But they feel safe. That's the crazy thing. That's like living in a house with no walls, but expecting for people not to see you and for people not to come harm you. They can look right into your house. They can see all your goods. They can see your television. They can see your money, right? And ultimately, you know, when you home alone, let's be real, you get caught naked, right? That's the spiritual side of what's happening in America. It says Esau's skirt shall be lifted, shall be made bare. You know, so America's going to get caught naked, man, red-handed, nothing on them, right? But it also says, verse 12, to take a spoil and to take a prey, to turn thine hand upon the desolate places that are now inhabited, and upon the people that are gathered out of the nations, which have gotten cattle and goods that dwell in the midst of the land, right? It says to take a spoil and to take a prey. And these people are going to be getting invaded soon, right? These countries, you're going to be seeing little mass incursions, little unalivings happen. You know, people running around like this guy. You know, my brother said he running around like a GTA character. You know, GTA, you just get to run around, drive cars, and shoot. You know, and do what you want, man. Just living your life, man. But these people are coming to, you know, to do great damage to this country, man. Okay? Let me see here. And people don't understand how bad times, again, we're really seeing prophecy be fulfilled, the words that Yahweh Shah would speak, man. All right, this is Matthew 10:33. It says, 10:34. Think now that I'm come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. Right? So our Lord is behind, the Spirit of our Lord is behind all of this mayhem, these tragedies, these catastrophes. Right? And before I continue, let me get that definition for the word tragedy. The word tragedy says, an event causing great suffering, destruction, and distress, such as a serious incident, crime, or natural catastrophe. You see, so event causing great suffering, destruction, and distress. And I went to the, one of the videos they have up. I think got like 22,000 views in a short amount of time. And people on there, love for the families and the peace. Oh my God, this is so wrong. And, you know, all of these complaints. But these people don't really care, man. They don't care, because as long as it's not bothering them at their door, they don't really care. They just look at the news, eat up the propaganda, like they said, targeting certain audience groups, target groups. That's what they do, right? Esau does that, man. All this for publicity and hype. Get more views, get more news, get more money, right? It says, and then I think sometimes it'll be like this. You'll have a guy that goes out there, and really he got one target, right? He got one target that his eye was on, but he slaughters. You know, right now he's at 22. He slaughters that many people just so the one target is hidden. And they still haven't caught this guy, man. Come on now. You kidding me? You know? But it says a play. Oh, this is a play. Not that one. Not a tragedy in that sense, right? It's an old, like, Shakespearean play that's also called Tragedies. But that's not what I'm going to get. But let me go back to Matthew. Matthew 10:35. For I'm come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law, and a man's foes shall be they of his own household. So people are going to start turning on each other, right? You're going to see more problems, more fights, more domestic disputes, more shootings, more deaths. All this is biblical prophecy, man. Okay? This is Jeremiah 34:20. I will even give them into the hand of their enemies, and into the hand of them that seek their life, and their dead bodies shall be for meat unto the fowls of the heaven, and unto the beasts of the earth, right? So even you Israelites, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you're going to be in a lot of these situations and given over unto Esau, Edom, unto these heathen nations. You see, so this is why we got to be right with Yahweh Shem Shah, man. We coming in time, a lot of agents are popping up, you know, men trying to spy out our liberty, you know, but hey, man, the time is going to come where the Lord is going to show and prove, you know, who his men are, who's been down for him. All of these agents out here, they're about to get exposed. They're about to get judged, get destroyed. And all of these, this is war times. Is the war drums are beating, man. Right? And when you read Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter, it says there is a time for war and a time for peace. And can you not see that this is a time for war, how things are ramping up? You know, and the war is not just, brothers, the war is not just amongst countries, right? It says nation against nation, right? Kingdom against kingdom. Kingdom against kingdom is talking about countries. Nation against nation is talking about peoples. You see? So there's going to be a war on the nation of Israel. There's going to be a war on the elect, right? So this is an all-out war. We're fighting a spiritual war, but this is a war on our belief. This is a war on our God, man. You see? This is Amos 8:3. It says, "And the songs of the temple shall be howlings in that day, said the Lord power. There shall be many dead bodies in every place. They shall cast them forth with silence." You see, and it's going to come to the point where, you know, it says, you know, where you walking past a dead body and you just, you throwing it down somewhere. It ain't no big deal. Or, you know, it's just going to be dead bodies everywhere, man. Right? Where it says it's going to be a time where men shall not lament nor bury them. That's what's coming to America. So this is going to be a time that's ramped up to show you more and more the time that we're living in, where people just like, oh, that's just another soul. That's just another body that just got taken, you know? And we don't want to end up as one of those bodies. That's why we try to do right by Yahweh Shem Shai, right? We want to be one of the bodies getting delivered out of this place. This is Jeremiah 15:2. It says, "And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, such as are for death to death, and such as are for the sword to the sword, and such as are for the famine to the famine, and such as are for the captivity to the captivity." Right? So some men are designated to be destroyed by the sword and die and be famished and be locked up. These are the judgments of Yahweh Shem Shai. Right? And so right now, Esau is out there, if he's an Edomite, that dude is out there ripping them up. You know? And do you think he's caring in his mind at all? No, he got a demon on him right now. A spirit on him, if you will, actually, because the Lord is behind this, right? Ultimately, you know, the Lord probably commissioned, you know, Satan. He like, hey, go out there and, you know, put the spirit on him and get them people hell, you know, making them elusive. You know, but at the end of the day, Esau is always behind it. Every terrible thing that happens, Esau, some way, form of another, got his hand in it, man. All right, verse 3, it says, "And I will point over them 4 kinds, said the Lord, the sword to slay." And that's what that dude is out there doing, slaying. And this is going to become more common thing, man. More commonplace. All these different incels coming in, you know, sleeper cells. You're about to see this, man. "And the dogs to tear, and the fowls of heaven, and the beasts of the earth to devour and destroy." So a lot of people are about to get slain in these last times, man. A lot of people are about to get destroyed and they don't even know it, you know. This is I said tragedy was about distress too, right? This is Zephaniah 1:15. It says, "That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress," right? You know, this is talking about the day of the Lord when he returns. You talking about distress. Now that's true distress. Let's get distress definition, right? That's true distress. The day that the Lord comes, if you're not on the right side, if you're not with him and you're against him in that day, this is distress. It says extreme anxiety, sorrow, or pain, man. You see that? Extreme anxiety, sorrow, or pain. So that's what it's going to be full of in that day. It says many men are going to give up the ghost. You know, their hearts shall faint from fear. You see? So, hey, how much more in these times? You know, well, that's going to be the main distress. But these times, people are about to be, and another word in there is stress. These people are about to be stressed out. They about to be full of pain and sorrow, right? Anxiety. And a lot of people got medical conditions. A lot of these people get anxious, you know. That's just because going to work and they supervisor gave them an extra 20 minutes on the clock, and these people get stressed out and get anxious. How much more when your anxiety is an all-time high because you got a madman down the block. It says a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness. And that's the coming of the chariots and the missiles dropping down, right? I'm going to jump over to Luke 21:23. "But woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days, for there shall be great distress in the land and wrath upon this people." You see? So, hey, just like in the times of 70 AD, man, it's going to be, this says this time that's coming is going to be a time like never before in history, right? So it's going to be a time of great distress over here in America. And it's going to be wrath upon these people. And they don't know the Most High's wrath yet, man. He just shows them, it says, it's something, I forget how it goes, but we have only see a few of his works, you know? We have only seen a few of the Lord's judgments, man. And we see some crazy stuff, right? This is Luke 21:25, and there shall be signs in the sun, right? And there was a something last week dealing with the moon. I'm forgetting what it is, or maybe eclipse or something like that with the moon. It said there should be signs, sun and the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations. We're starting to see the distress of nations. People are Israel and Gaza, Hamas, Palestine, they're at war, right? Iran is ramping up for war, Russia, right? We're starting to see distress upon nations. People are talking about the draft, you know, Egypt, you know, so this is ramping up. Well, how foolish do you have to be to not see this? That means the Lord got you blinded if you ain't trying to see what's going on. Because one of these days, these people, it's going to be them involved in the action. And they're going to wonder, how did I not see this coming? Right? But it says, with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. Right? And matter of fact, let me go to Luke 21:25 real quick. Because I think I want to get verse 26 as well, if I'm not mistaken. Luk 26, yep. It says, men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. Right? So I'm gonna read this in the NLT from 25. It says, and there will be strange signs in the sun, moon, and stars, and here on earth the nations will be in turmoil, perplexed by the roaring seas and strange tides. You know, hey, there's another hurricane coming today too. It's ramping up. Hopefully it go crazy. It's called Hurricane Tammy. All right, you know, so we'll see. But it says people will be terrified at what they see coming upon the earth, for the powers in the heavens will be shaken. Right? Let's look up turmoil. Right? It says the nations upon the earth will be in turmoil. You see? Whew. Turmoil, a state of great disturbance, confusion, or uncertainty, man. That's what all America's about to see, all three of those. Great disturbance, right? Confusion, or uncertainty, man. America's about to see all of those because, you know, it's going to be disturbing times. Let me see. I just thought of a scripture. It's gonna be disturbing times because people are gonna see things that they don't see on there every day, man. Right? And they're gonna be confused because they're not gonna know which way to go and what way to do. They're gonna be uncertain, right? And the thing is, we're given a certain sound. The scripture say, you know, it talks about a trumpet that gives an uncertain sound. Who shall prepare? Who shall be afraid, if you will, right? These other camps, these churches, these schools, these institutions, these false prophets, these false religions, all of these people are giving an uncertain sound. We're the only people giving a certain sound of the Lord, letting you know what's happening. We're the only people telling you about what's to come upon the earth. But hey, nobody want to listen to the Israelites. Nobody want to listen to Great Millstone, right? They want to live in their cushy lives and live the American dream, man. All right, well, stay asleep. Because now is the high time to wake out of sleep, man. Our salvation is nearer than when we believe. But go ahead and stay asleep. Hey, King David said, let their eyes be darkened always, man. Right? But this is, I read that confusion. This is 2 Ezra 5:8. It says, there shall be confusion. There shall be a confusion also in many places. And the fire shall be oft sent out again. Hey, that's that dude come with that sword. That's still a fire, right? Hey, what Jake say in the world? They be like, hey, yo, grab my fire. You know what I'm saying? That's still a fire, even though the Lord can be talking about natural disasters, but that's still a fire. It says, and the wild beasts shall change their places, right? You're going to see different animals roaming around that you wouldn't think would be in your area. It says, and minstrels women shall bring forth monsters. You know, wicked men and men with deformities, children with deformities, right? But there's going to be confusion in many places, man, right? And so the people want to stay in their confused state of mind as far as being in that dust and not listening to the words of Yahweh Shem Shai, right? Are people with a lack of knowledge, and they rejected knowledge, so the Lord is rejecting them. So now the Lord is going to give them over into the confusion and not knowing where danger is coming from. Not knowing where danger is coming from is a terrible feeling, man. You know, like you look left, you hear a bomb over there. Then you go to the right, there's a gunman. You know, the scriptures talk about how a man flee from a lion and a bear met him. You know what I'm saying? Like that's frightening, you know? And that's the time that these people are about to see from danger to danger, man. You know, but I just wanted to get that. Let me see here if I had any more scriptures. All right, let me see. I think that might have been the last one. Oh, wait. I did have one more somewhere if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, that might have been that. But hey, man, you know, we're about to see more of this. You know, so the spirit is to get your mind in the right place so you can be as prepared as possible for the times that are coming, man. Right? Because all we can do is spiritually prepare and hope that Yahweh Shem Shai have mercy on these. While these people are there's gonna be more bloodshed, more bodies dropped, more destruction, more calamity. You know, but you got to stay prayed up, and you know, may the Lord have mercy upon his elect. So with that, I'm gonna wrap it up. I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rakha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and mercy to the elect. Until next time, Shalom.